Oh my God, it's finally happened. Yes, Chelsea are the new Premier League winners. I think for the first time in about 20 years they've won the Premier League nearly there. Yes, believe it or not, Chelsea have won, as you saw in the last video. They were absolutely neck and neck with us. Absolutely neck and neck. Um, what was the difference, maybe? Well, there was none. There was literally no difference, but I think it has come down to, yet again, Phil Knight here. 60 goals. I mean, that is just insane. I mean, okay, all I have to say to you is just look at this. One goal. They won it by one goal. I was crying at the end of it. No, I wasn't really. No, but that was just, look at it. You can't, you can't vouch for that. It's just astonishing, isn't it? Have you ever had anything closer than that? Has anyone else had? Or I want you to write in the comments if you've had anything come closer. Well, basically, if it's closer, it's gone down to, I think it would be goals for. So they would have won it. Even if, to be honest, even if we had the extra goal, they still would have won on goals for. Because of Phil Knight, and as you can see there, it says 60 goals. Just show you that in the flesh there, just or in proper stats, just under double that of second place, and that's Fabian Coulam of Tottenham. An absolutely incredible ratio. I mean, that is. I'm not being funny. That's down close to Dixie Dean's record of 60 odd. I've talked about him before. I'm not going to take that again because Everton fans take that the wrong way. But yeah, he was he's considered a god amongst Everton fans, and as if to say, look at this, he scored 60 plus. I can't remember the exact amount of goals he scored. It was in the 60s, but Phil Knight, that is just unbelievable. That is genuinely just astonishing, and he won that for his team. If they didn't have him, they would not have come even anywhere near close to win a title. We would have run away with it, but they won the title by one goal. I'll say that again. They won the title by one goal. Let's have a look at the transfers, shall we? Have we bought anyone? Well, no, but not much has changed. The only thing I've done is that will be a player that's going to be coming in for next season. Is a Real Madrid youngster. He's only 16. He's called Juan Manuel. Sorry, I hate putting the bloody Spanish accent on there, but yeah, I can have to do with these players. Yeah, that is literally his name, Juan Manuel. Technically, he should be called Palacios, but I don't know. He called himself Juan Manuel. One that's good though is he's touted as the next Michael or Michel Salgado, which is pretty good because I think Salgado was a damn good player. And you know what? I thought I like this guy. He's from I think he's from, where was he from? Real Madrid. Naturally, they produce a lot of good players. So I was like, you know what? I'll take a gamble on this guy. He could be good. So yeah, that was that. So not much transfers going on as usual, but I will show you instead the rest of the season. So have a look at the rest of the fixtures. So that game, of course, that we picked, that we left off at, Newcastle beat us again. It was 1-0 to them, which was again a bit of a pain in the arse. That goal, right? I think that one's right there. That one could have cost us the league. I think this game. I mean, you can't really say that. I mean, you can't really say this one game cost us the league when Chelsea had a player who scored 60 fucking goals in one bloody season. I mean, that is. I boggles my. I can't believe I just said that. Anyway, FA Cup. We played Norwich, and Elliot Davis. Yeah, again, he seems to just score in the FA Cup. This guy, I don't know who it is. Again, getting himself on the score sheet there. You may have saw Lopez also getting on the score sheet. He actually saw it. If you looked around in the other stats as well, he got 15 assists. Very, very good return from him. He's really becoming a very, very good player now. So. Yeah, Winston Dragao had a reversal this time. We won 1-0. Fredinho in the 87th minute yet again. Fredinho, absolute beast. He is very much so now closing in on Ian Rush's record of, I can't even remember the tally now. I think it's 346 goals. That's across all competitions, obviously. Oh, well, there you go. Now it's a straight ball through, and that's in the 87th minute, and it's just like, get the fuck in. That is what you get, Porto. So we move on. We played a few more games, nothing particularly difficult there. Standard wins, and we beat them. Thankfully, this time, they really didn't turn up. We were much better prepared, much more focused in on this one. Suarez and Forbes with a good goal. Jason Forbes very underrated. Well, I'll say underrated. He's an excellent player. He's won bloody well Golden Ball, but like he sort of just gets on with his job. He doesn't really do a lot exactly, but when he scores the goal, he does score the big goals. But overall, he doesn't do he doesn't do spectacular things like Fredinho and so on. But anyway, Ryan Bergen scoring against his old club there, because we paid £31.5 million for him, and he scores the win here against West Brom in the FA Cup 6 round. So once again, we are going through to the next round, the semi-finals of the FA Cup. Now, I think this one, right, quite literally, full night, the difference here. This was the game. I think, as I pointed out before, Newcastle, maybe that game was the thing here. Chelsea. Basically, we went to know that this, at the time, of course, but this essentially won them the title. Basically. For those with a keen eye there, Cavani Park. I don't know. I have no idea. Well, yeah, as you say, I mean, Murashev's gone in didn't really particularly help. No one was really that good. The two from him weren't that great either. Defensively, they weren't too bad. It was just Phil Knight. It's just, I don't need to say it again. He's a brilliant player. There's no denying it. We then played Atletico Madrid in the Champions League. This was a bit of a kick in the teeth. We were winning 1-0. They got a penalty, and then this guy called Alberto, who is 26. I thought it was someone else then. Who he's Brazilian, but forgive me if this sounds a little bit racist, but he does look a bit Japanese. Whatever. They scored in the 90th minute, which was a pain in the arse. But we corrected ourselves there, and we won in the return leg, 4-3 on aggregate. It was a great game. It was really pain in the arse because it was 3-1, so that meant it was 4-2. I was, thinking it's all fine and dandy, but this guy here called Julian, I think I'm going to call him because most J's in Spanish are silent, of course. He got one back, and the last half hour was just on an absolute knife edge. It was horrible. We played City in the next game. Suarez with a hat-trick. They really have kind of fallen away. Well, I won't say fallen away, City, but if we just look at the league, I mean, they were fourth, nothing too drastic there. But again, I'll show you. I mean, you may also notice one other big thing there, which I will discuss in a moment. Played Sunderland in the FA Cup final, semi-final, I should point out, sorry. They had Jack McIntosh sent off 2 minutes in, and that kind of just opened the floodgates, really. Montero with a goal, Bergen with 2, and Steve Akers, own goal, and Murashevs finishing off there 5-0. So a very one-sided semi-final. So another FA Cup final. We then played Sevilla in the semi-final of the Champions League. So at this point, it's like, well, we can do a really good double here, still treble, I suppose, at that point. I think Chelsea, I mean, I should point out at that point, it was still very much so even Stevens with the title race, as you can imagine. But Forbes, he missed the penalty, but he obviously scored the rebound, as you can see there. Sevilla, really good, actually got a really good team. And the reason I say that is because they beat us at Spain. We lost to Sevilla. I don't know how this happened. They just have some really good players. This is probably one of my strongest teams. Yeah, they still beat us. Sunderland got a bit of revenge for that defeat in the FA Cup semi-final. They came to Joe Park and beat us. I don't know what. I mean, look at Steve Akers, typically. Man of the match, scores the winning goal. Golla didn't have a great performance. Fredinho was a bit rubbish as well. He's a bit pants. But, I think at this point, that was, again, a massive turning point. If we had won that, who knows? We may have won the title. Again, that's a big turning point. We played Huddersfield then in the FA Cup final. We won 119 minutes. Jürgen Schug. This moved him. I think he is now officially. I think this one moved him into icon status, or at least I think he's an icon now. Jürgen Schug. If you look at his favourite clubs, is now Liverpool, which is really good. And yeah, that sort of moved him up. He's a bit of a legend. I wouldn't say legend, but I think if I look very quick now, I think he's an icon, or at least he's in a favoured personnel. Let's have a look, where is it? No, he's not there yet. Yeah, he's favoured personnel. Usually I think favoured personnel are the ones who are liable to be icons or legends. So, yeah, oh, look at that, we have a loan debt. It's not much like, but that's a bit weird. That's a bit weird. Yeah, so there you go. That was the season, I think. And well, yeah, that was. Oh no, sorry, I beg your pardon. One final scene, of course, we had to play Tottenham. Kadane scoring his first goal there for Liverpool. They were out title racing, as you can see. If you look back to the league, and they were nowhere near as good as they have been. Don't worry, their investors have not pulled out. But this was the crunch game, and we had to play Wolves, and we couldn't beat them. We could not beat them, and this gave Chelsea the win. Suarez, Forbes, big game when it mattered, didn't perform. Simple as that. Just did not perform. And yeah, so we basically fucked up here. We fucked up big time. Look at this for a pre-season friendly. Jesus, look at this for a pre-season list. Marseille, Bayern, West Ham, Madrid, Milan's. Jesus. But yeah, as I say, look at the league here. This had the season ended to say so. Newcastle breaking through that top six. They've dislodged Tottenham, who are all the way down in ninth. What happened? Ooh, click bolt. What happened here? What have they got? There they are. What happened here? Well, they've brought in Paul Rowland, who's a Canadian, and past managers. This guy called Peter Helvik. Oh boy, or Petter, I think that actually is. He was bad. He was terrible. He really didn't do well. For some reason, Torres did a really good job, but he's gone to manage. I think he manages Spain. Oh no, he's gone to Inter. I don't know why he joined Inter, but yeah, there you go. They've done that. As you can see, they're going to really nosedive now. So that was poor for Tottenham, I guess. But well done to Newcastle. They're breaking into the top five. Wigan, Millwall, and Aston Villa, who, as I mentioned, are just diabolically bad on this, going down. Wigan, yeah, Wigan, of course, who finished seventh last season. I've just been relegated. I just noticed that. Holy shit! What the hell happened there? A bit weird. And West Brom. Oh wait, no, never mind. Yeah, West Brom have also catapulted back up into the top seven. Very, very odd. Well, let's again, Man United, of course, were getting their tails bare. But let's have a look again. This was always pretty much all. Like, look at that, just us and Chelsea from about here, halfway stage, up, down, up, down, up, down. See, constantly just dislodging each other. I'll show you, of course, City, who never really were able to mount much of a title challenge. Newcastle, who did really well. United, I think we obviously saw here how they gradually got better, slid at the back end, but overall did quite well. Tottenham, who were top for a period of time, I think this was... No, Torres was... No, sorry, I beg your pardon, no, that's not right. But I was just going to say, they did okay for a period of time, and it just all went wrong here. It just all went wrong. So, fortunately, Tottenham fans, you have slid back down to mediocrity. What a shame. No, I'm only kidding. And I think that they should come back and do well once they've got this Peter Rowland guy. So what was his name? Roland, whatever he's called, Roland. He's a good manager, I think. So or a talented manager. So he will probably do well. And yeah, apart from that, as you can see, there's your roundup then. So the FA Cup winners against Huddersfield, just the one trophy. Obviously, the Community Shield doesn't really matter as such. Doesn't really give much. And yeah, so I will be back then with the next video. Until then, I will see you guys next time. So on to 2035.